So, servus again. Little update video for today. As always, I'm using this method for all my tracking, for explanation. Look the first two videos or the weekly recap video. Let's go into SPY. What we did today? We did nothing. So, this was Monday. This was today. Okay. So, for the bullish version. Because right now, I think this was clearly our A. And we are in the B peak right now. So for the bullish version, we are finished. And our next target is breaking all-time highs and go. I already said yesterday, I'm waiting for the B pullback. I want to see the B pullback. Now is the thing, yeah, I mean, here you had a pullback. It would make more sense with the M for the B peak. But also this is not a 0.5 pullback. You could say this was your B pullback. It's also not the 0.5, but at least you didn't fall on that. So, if we get a pullback, I think it will just be, because you see this trend line, breakout retest. And if you take the A bottom to the A peak, this here is your 0.5. So you can fall a little bit under it. And there is your breakout retest. And this would also be your pullback to the 0.5. It would be the same like this here. It would be the same like this here. It would kind of be the same. Yeah, it would be the same like this here. Just saying. Yeah. And the next thing is, you saw that here with the B peak, where you just went sideways. Here, just sideways. Here, little downtrending, but pretty sideways, and then you go. I would be careful right now with SPY. But all in all, I'm still the opinion that the big downsides, the 635 and the under 600, are off the table right now. So, and for the big tracking, this is your VNA, this is your high low, this would be your middle A. So it would be just a perfect breakout retest. I'm tending to that we get this retest, but we will see. Okay, let's go into BYND, which was perfect today. So, for the overview, we have our C, our lower high, our midpoint, and for the bullish version, our T. So, what have we done? I said yesterday, where we were here, I'm missing the higher low, and I don't like that. Okay, so for now, we look on the, do you see it on the 1 hour? Okay, on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, here's your higher low. The higher low is finished. So, for the bullish tracking, we broke my first bullish line. Perfect. We broke my second bullish line. Also perfect. we broke over the 4-year trend line. Also perfect. And right now, we are near the A, the T line, which is normally also your A line. So now comes the tricky part. And I already saw news today. Is it already? No. Trading Views was writing, yeah, we ran up 20%. I mean, they only said 20%. Since our button, we already ran 800% and not 20%, but it's okay. Already said, yeah, because short sellers are closing their position and buying back shares. Yeah, of course. So we are near A, and here's the tricky part right now. The problem right now, as I always saying, A is normally can be a little bit over T on the trend line or a little bit under. So we could already be in A peak. Could. Just saying could. If the stock is not doing something absolutely stupid, which is untrackable. With absolutely stupid, I mean we just wrong. Okay? That would mean your A is around 5.24, which we are very close. Your B would be at 43.45. And then is only the question, do we break all-time highs or not? If the stock is not doing something absolutely stupid, you broke out of your trend line right now. So I would imagine wherever now A is, let's say A is a little bit higher over the trend line. So let's say $6. We could also look where is a liquidity zone. Here is a liquidity zone. Here is the liquidity zone. So let's say A is here. Exactly at 579. Then you will just go up here. This is your A peak. You will pull back, you will do your A pullback, and most likely you will be on the trend line. Breakout, retest. And after that, you go to your B. If it's quick or not, we have to see. And at your B peak, which should be around 44, we could again look for volatility zones. Yeah, okay, let's say B is in here ish at $50, something like that. Then you just take your fib from the A bottom to the B peak, and that will be your pullback target for the big B. And then we will see if we break all-time highs or not. For the bullish tracking, for the bearish tracking, for the alternative, I would say the alternative, this wasn't T and this was T. It isn't really looking like that right now, but yeah, for the old, you will reject here. You won't go over this line and just knife and go bankrupt. Yeah, so that would be right now the old. Right now, it looks good. Okay, NIO. So For NIO, just saying, we already did A, we already did B, and right now we would be in C for the big tracking. For the small tracking, we are in the big A of the next fractal. We already had the peak, which is also our small c. And right now we would be in the pullback of C, of A and little c. And the thing is, I said yesterday, if finished, perfect. And we go to B. If not, what I'm more leaning to would be that this little c is our little c. This here would already be our lower high. This downtrend up here is our perfect midpoint. Also working with the B line, where you bounce here, fall under it, reject. And your next moves were one lower low than this, coming up again. This would be your T. And then you do your V under A. Make that perfect. So you come down, V under A, higher low, breakout. And it would be the same like this. And head and shoulder formation, like left shoulder, right shoulder, head. This would be your right shoulder, this one, and you go down. Just saying, it is also possible that M is not finished yet, and you still come up, but you won't break over this line and come down. Then this is just your M, and so on and so on. Where did I got this bar pattern? This one here. This is just this from 2020. It's the same price action right now. So let's see. For maybe even more confirmation, we look at the RSI. The thing is, with the RSI, we already oversold. We have already a sign for reversal. So, okay. 3 ways. Bullish way, A peak is finished. We break $8 and go to B. Perfect. Second way, we still come up, but we reject here and looking for our V and A. It's just time. Or M point is in, and we're doing our MT V and A, and then we go. Okay, so pluck. So for pluck, we look at the weekly. Yeah, so just in short, we come from our C. This would be high low, and we would be on our way to our big A. For the small tracking, we are right now, we are still looking for the middle A and the small C. We would be right now, we already had our small B peak and are right now in the B pullback. I thought this was our pullback, but as you saw today, we still fall today. So, okay, then we just need another push to the point fib line, and then we go. Okay. For confirmation, if this is finished to the upside, you just have to break 471. For confirmation, what do we have? Yeah, I think we still have to go down a little bit more. If we lower the time frame, yeah, I think, yeah, We will hit this line. What I don't want to see is breaking under this line. This I really don't want to see. Just because I had no order for this. For the order, I would say that this wasn't T, but this was your T. If this is true, then this was your little A, this was your little B, just because we don't have an order for this. So we are creating one now. So we have all possibilities. And this would be your big T, your middle T, and your small C. And that would mean that if this here was your T, that first of all, your A is changing to here, and your V under A and your higher low are wrong, because you will come down, find your V under A, your higher low, and your breakout. But at the same time, for targets, I mean, it's already very low. It has to be higher than 10 cents. I mean, okay. Let's see if it's doing that. But that would be the old for plug. Which I'm right now not leaning to. Just saying. As long as we're holding this line, it still looks perfect for a run. Fuel cell. So just for the overview again, we're coming from a C to a V and A. This would be the first fractal, and we would have finished for the bullish tracking the second fractal, and would be already looking for our A, and our next target after that would be our B at 130. So for this same thing, we're still looking for a peak and our little C. We would be in our B pullback right now. And for this, I still don't really have an order, I really have to say. Because in here, I can't say this is a... Maybe if you look at the 4-hour... No, not even with that. No. So for me, this is still A. This is still B. But that works there. Yeah, it would work there. Okay. For confirmation, what do we see? Yeah. We already in a level where we could bounce. Yeah. For me, this is still okay. I don't want to break this line here. If we break this line, can we do here the same? Not really. No. No. For this, I still don't have an order. I'm still the opinion we're looking for A. We should bounce somewhere here in here right now and go to A. Would be the same like this here. We would be in this range right here, and this would be our next target. So fuel cell is still looking great. No changes are needed. Bad path and beyond. So for the bullish tracking, you're coming from your V. Hello, ABC, you come down. V under A is finished. And for the bullish tracking, this was your T. We already did our A peak. The A pullback has to be finished right now. Now, you are not allowed to fall under this line again. And your next target is 36. And when you followed all my videos, I'm saying it again. For me, this was your T. You broke the first line. You already broke the second line. Yeah, okay, you bounced. But for me, this is still looking for a new low, a new V under A, something in this section here, higher low, and then you go. Again, would be the same, like you're coming from your M, come up again, M or W, right side is higher, and your knife. Same pattern as I always mention. Come from your M, come up, M, W, and knife. And again, I'm still the opinion we are in this candle here right now. Maybe already in this candle, because you did your first drop, which took you under the middle of the M or W. You bounced there, made a 12% run to the upside. Would be the same like here. You fall down under the middle section of your M or W. You bounce there, and let's make that correct. Yeah, and made you 13% upside. So for me, yeah, I'm still bearish. If you break to the upside over 12.36, okay, you can hunt me for that. Then my bearish alternative is wrong. And we go to B. But in my opinion, if you drop under this line again, it's over. I mean, over for the short term. Because again, even if you drop under this and make this new WYND and this new high low, after that, your A is still at 12. Your B is still at 36. It's just, it takes time. But this is the perfect entry for a new position. So grab. I think I don't have an alt for this there. No. Again, you come from a C, did your V, high low finished, already did your A peak. You're in the A pullback right now. When finished, your B peak is at 10 to 11, and C is whatever. Your A peak is already your mid C, and no, your big A is your big A peak, and again your middle B and your small C. So because it's small C, we should go under V and A, but because middle B is standing over little C, you only need the 0.5 fib line retracement. So for, let's say, the bearish alt, you still have to come down here, bounce, and go to B. For the bullish version, this would be already done. How is it looking? We're already in bounce area here. Yeah, we're already in bounce area here. So I see a good, maybe we come down to this trend line again and then go, or we just bounce here. So for me, still bullish. Breaking under 4, not good. Breaking under the no line, absolutely not good. But right now, still looks good. So blink on the weekly. So we're coming from our C, first fractal finished, starting with our second one. The second one would be already finished and also finished, and we would be in the part of starting the third fractal. So what did we do today? We are still looking for our A peak, and we would be right now, or we would already have done our little B peak and would be in the B pullback. So I explained yesterday that I'm looking at tracking all my charts with log. Just to show that again, this is log. This is how the chart looks with log. This is how the chart looks without log. It's untrackable. With log, it's perfect. So there is just also an option for your fib lines here based on log or not log. And the difference is without log, your fib line from the A pullback to the B peak is this line. With log, from your A bottom to your B peak is this line. So we clearly broke without log line. So check. So in my opinion, your next target is this fib line. Then you bounce. If you bounce here, your confirmation is 284. That the B pullback is finished and we go to A. What I don't want to see is falling under 147. What I absolutely don't want to see is $1 to break. Let's look how we look like. Yeah. For this, I think we still have to go down. So my target right now is 155. Waiting for the bounce. And then everything is perfect. But all in all, no need to change really anything. AI. Let's look at AI. So coming from your C, V, first fractal finished. Already for the bullish tracking, already finished the second fractal. And for the bullish tracking, this was your T. And this $30 would be your A and 36 would be your B. So we didn't really do much today. The V and the A is still holding. The higher low, this is still holding. For confirmation, yeah, looks like we buy, yeah. We are in the area where we should bounce right now. So for the bullish tracking, we're still looking for a peak. For the bearish alternative and confirmation would be breaking over $20 again. For the bearish alternative, this would still be your T. And you would still come down, find your new V under A and your new higher low. And then you go, which should be in this area here. Confirmation for this, I think, would be really breaking 1696. And absolute confirmation is breaking under 1523. And this would be nothing else than this area here. This would be this. This higher low would be this higher low. You came up, you dropped, you made your peak, you fell down again. Let's make that a little bit bigger. You fall down again, you made a lower high, And right now you would be here in this candle here. So you still need this. Every day when I start looking at this, I'm getting more and more the feeling that I'm tending more to this variant, where we really have to go down and look for a new V high and then a higher low, then a breakout. I would say 50-50 right now. Just if you break this line, in my opinion, we have our answer. What the stock will do in the short future. I would say this. It's now end of October. This would take till this end of November, end of December, then breakout January. Yeah, something like that. But again, if the bearish alternative is playing out, here's the perfect, no financial advice of course, but this is the perfect buy-in for, I would say, June's, if you play contracts or shares. So let's go to our max risk Swiss play. We did our V, came up to our C, T, V and A, finished high low. And next target, if bullish, would be gap fill at 25 and A at 42 and B peak at $50. So what did we do today? So we still didn't broke the trend line. I just have, and we didn't run obviously yesterday. And I said yesterday, I would expect, because all the gap fills, all these gap fills were Friday pre-market or after hours or Monday pre-market, that we will just have a boring, absolutely boring week. Okay, 10% down is not really boring in my imagination. I agree to that. But right now, I adjusted the trend line a little bit to make it absolutely fit with the most touch points. And this trend line is still working. Just saying, it's still working. And this pullback here was 21%. And this pullback right here is 21%. So, okay. For the bullish version, this was it for the pullback. And again, I want to see a boring week. So, okay, today is Tuesday, so I want to see a boring Wednesday. I want to see a boring Tuesday. Then to come up something like here, 495. Then you have Friday pre-market already, the next chance to just gap fill. Or you do this bullshit till Friday market close, and you have the chance for Friday after hours or Monday pre-market to gap fill. For the other bullish alternative, not so bullish alternative, you're getting a strong end of the week and go something $6 to $5. This would be your C. And then you pull back, go to V and A, or make a new low. This would be the same like here. You fall from your T. This would be the last 3 weeks. And this candle here, we would be here right now. And this is the $6-5 mark. And after that, you just make a new low. And this is what the next 1 or 2 months would look like. And I still think, or I'm pretty convinced, latest March next year, you will see the gap fill. I'm still tending that we are here. Just because of the movement, V, high, low, A, B, pull back, go. It's just slower. So just for the last version and possibility, because right now we should be in small b, and this is your small a. The fib of that is exactly here at 318. Okay, you break the trend, but if and you bounce here, this could also, I would even, the thing is, if we're doing this move tomorrow and Thursday and see kinda a bounce here, no financial advice, I would even think about adding to my position, because that would be looking bullish to me. Let's look. Did we got any confirmation? Yeah. I still think. Yeah, that's the thing. On the daily, it looks bearish. Like we have to go there. But on the 4 hour already, it looks kinda bouncy. The 1 hour, it already bouncy. And okay, the 30-minute isn't that important. But yeah, the 30-minute we of course oversold. So right now, I'm still bullish on it. Let's look what happens. But of course, this is really a 100% risk play. GNS. What have we done in GNS today? So we're coming from RC. So we first tractor finished, A peak finished, in the A pullback. Next target would be 87. So for the bullish version of this again, this was your T. Your green A is true. Your green V and A is true. This would be your A. We would be still in the A pullback. It again didn't change anything. For bullish confirmation, break over $1 and then over 129 and you go. For the bearish alternative, it just really didn't change anything today. It's even with this price action. Green would be wrong, and your red A would be true, which would mean you come down, V under A, higher low, and then you go. You're not allowed to break 37 cents. Yeah, it's the same like yesterday. I can't say anything else. Maybe let's look. Yeah, okay. For this would tell me with my methods too that I would, for my feeling here, I would lean more to the red tracking. What the RSI is telling me is that my green tracking is true, because we are already in the bounce on the daily. On the 4 hour we already bounced. Yeah, and on the 1 hour we also already bounced. So let's see who is right. The computer or me? Will be interesting. OCGN. Again, you're coming from your C to your V, first factor finished, ABC, second factor finished, and you would already be looking for your E. And again, I plan to get out here because of A peak and C, and you will get a rejection here. For the bullish tracking, you bounce and go. For the bearish tracking, you reject LMT buy. What we have done, not really much. We already had our little B peak. The pullback perfectly hit the fib without lock, and we bounced for confirmation, going over 189 and go. If we're still falling under here, I would imagine we still have to look for the fib line with lock. For confirmation, yeah, the daily looks bad. The 4 hour looks bad. The 1 hour already looks bouncy. Yeah. I would say 50-50 that this was already a bounce. Let's see. So FFAI. So let's look at FFAI. So came from RC. So we first factor here. First factor finished. Perfect. Unrealistic price targets you don't have to talk about. Realistic price target, your A is at 5, your B is at 12, and you reject somewhere between 150 and 40. What did we do? We did nothing. Okay, we're still holding our high low, and as I already said in the last few videos, that's the only and absolute only thing we have to do. We have to hold this high low, confirm it, breaking over 180, 168, and we go. If you're breaking under 128, we still have to look for a new V&A, but we aren't allowed to break under $1. For confirmation, yeah. For here, I would say this higher low will hold. It's already looking bouncy. On the 4 hour also. On the 1 hour. Oh, on the 1 hour also. Yeah. It looks bouncy and finished. Will be interesting to see the next week, I think. Normally, when is the breakout? Normally Monday. Monday and Friday. This was Tuesday, and this was Friday and Monday. This was Friday, Monday. This was Friday, Monday. This was Friday. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that most of these stocks are always running Friday, Monday. But let's see. Last one, Bull, Weber. So you come from EC, did your B, first factor finished, and would be in your A, and A pullback has to be finished right now. So what have we done today? Nothing. Higher low is perfectly still holding. It's the same as FFAI. Weber has to hold his higher low. If you drop under it, you don't really have a range. Then you make a new V&A, but you're not allowed to break under 1026. So here. But I really want to hold this higher low right now. So anything under 1052, I really don't like. For confirmation, go over 12. Breaking bull line at 1283. Absolutely bullish. For confirmation, let's look. Yeah. Daily looks absolutely fucking bouncy. 4 hour, great too. 1 hour, absolutely bouncing. Yeah. This thing looks still absolutely great. And again, it's just, you can look at its symmetry play also, where you just say, you take this price action, flip it to this side and reading it from left to right, from right to left. And that is also only meaning, yeah, if you be here, this peak is this peak, this peak is this peak, this pullback is this pullback, which is bigger because IPO is always quicker. And you would be here right now, which makes also sense because you have here higher low and then a lower low. Same like here, higher low, then a lower low. So it looks good. Nothing to be changed yet. Okay, so if you liked it, you can give a like. If you really liked it, make an abo, or how you ever called it on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.